Rick Ali, and welcome to the 313 on Politics, where no video is longer than 3 minutes and 13 seconds. This November in Ohio, there'll be a measure on the ballot that, if approved, would add an amendment to the state constitution that would prohibit any restrictions on abortion prior to the point where the fetus is viable, usually about 24 weeks. This is the same parameters as set by Roe v. Wade before it was thrown out by our corrupt Supreme Court. There was a recent poll, USA Today Suffolk University poll, that found the measure was supported 58% to 32%, so it's pretty popular, at least in the poll. So what do Republicans in Ohio do? They're holding a special election in August, on August 8th. And during that election, there'll be a measure on the ballot which calls for raising the threshold for passing such an issue from 50% to 60%. It's also going to require 5% of the voters in every one of the state's 88 counties to sign a petition before any proposed measure could get on the ballot. It currently requires 5% of voters in 44 counties. So what Republicans are doing is they're trying to make it harder to get these measures on the ballot, harder to pass them, which in turn makes it harder for the majority to be heard over the wishes of the gerrymandered Republican-controlled government in Ohio. Now, the Secretary of State is a guy named Frank LaRose. He's running for Senate. And he said at a Republican gathering recently that the measure, quote, is 100% about keeping a radical pro-abortion amendment out of our Constitution. Well, I've never been a Secretary of State, but I do know this. I don't think it's really radical when over half the people in your state want something. I think it's called democracy. And what Republicans want to do is the opposite of democracy. So listen, Ohio, wake up out there, will you? You got to get out there and vote accordingly, both in August and in November. And remember, this kind of stuff, it's not just about abortions. This kind of game they're playing can affect any number of issues that the majority of the state want addressed. And if you live in a state, another state that's controlled by Republicans, keep your eyes open. It could be happening to you very soon. Thanks for watching.